Tonight on Cronkite News, the Dodgers return to Los Angeles and look to celebrate their World Series win over the Yankees.
Plus, the Arizona State baseball team suited up for their annual Halloween scrimmage, but not in their usual uniforms.
And with just days to go until the general election, what local community leaders say is the best way to agree and to disagree when talking about politics. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Brady Hansen.
And I'm Lauren Avanetti. Thank you for joining us.
The Phoenix Suns have primarily stayed on the West Coast for their first 4 games.
After taking down the Los Angeles Lakers in Phoenix on Monday, they spent the rest of the week in the City of Champions preparing for their game against the Clippers tonight. Devin, Kevin, and company have been dominant in their games against the Los Angeles franchises. From downtown LA to Inglewood, the Suns have been elite, earning a 2-1 record ahead of tonight's Halloween event. Phoenix will be without some key players. 3-and-D forward Josh Okogie is sidelined due to a hamstring injury, and Bradley Beal is going to be a game-time decision.
As the Yankees wonder where it all went wrong, the Dodgers look to toast to their accomplishments in this year's World Series. The Dodgers defeated the Yankees last night to steal Game 5 and win the World Series. This marks the 8th World Series title in Dodgers franchise history. The Dodgers trailed up until the 5th inning when they scored 5 runs. Freddie Freeman was voted World Series MVP after tying the World Series record of 12 RBI. Pitcher Walker Buehler struck out Alex Verdugo to end the game and send the Dodgers pouring onto the field. This morning, the celebrations continued in LA with words of encouragement from the mayor.
I look forward to seeing everyone out there tomorrow on what would have been Fernando Valenzuela's 64th birthday to celebrate our team and to celebrate our city. So that's what we do, because we are a city of champions. Go Dodgers.
The Dodgers' comeback victory marks the 7th time in history that a team has won after trailing by 5 or more runs in a World Series game.
From the diamond to the sand, the Arizona State beach volleyball team has gone through some transitions over the past few years, including a new facility with especially deep sand. Jason Goldie has more on how the team expects to have their best season yet.
Tournament season is underway for Arizona State University beach volleyball. The Sand Devils have already competed in the Arizona Fall Classic in Tucson and the AVCA West Coast Championships in Manhattan Beach, California. Up next is the Sun Devil Fall Classic at ASU in Tempe on November 2nd and 3rd.
Last season, the Sun Devils had their most successful season in program history under the new direction of head coach Kristen Gladfelder. The team finished 12th in the AVCA coaches poll and had 2 players, Ava Williamson and Daniela Kenzie, earn AVCA All-America second team honors. The Sun Devils are now poised to make it to the top 10 and even higher.
I have really high hopes for us. You know, our goal is not just to make it back to nationals like we did this year, but you know, we want to be competing for a national championship.
The players definitely feel the excitement and optimism about the team's chances in the upcoming season.
We're super deep, so the fact that all of our practices are really competitive helps whenever we go and play all the tough schools in California and on the East Coast. Because the people that we're playing in practice, like the level doesn't drop when we go to other tournaments.
One thing that will likely contribute to the team's success is the sense of community and the cohesive culture of the team.
Obviously on the court there are so many special moments and great rallies and everything, but I think that the bonding time and that we have off of the court and in the hotels is really special and definitely something that we create memories forever.
Sand Devils on 3! 1, 2, 3! Sand Devils!
The weather's going to be amazing on November 2nd and 3rd, so grab your beach chair and your sunscreen and come out to watch some exciting beach volleyball. In Tempe, Jason Goldie, Cronkite News.
The Sun Devil Fall Classic will be from 8:30 in the morning to 5:30 on Saturday and Sunday at the Sun Devil Beach Volleyball Facility in Tempe.
Well, Halloween is a great time to hang out and enjoy the company of friends, and that is no exception when it comes to sports teams. I got to see how ASU Baseball celebrated the Halloween season. The fall baseball season is a rigorous time for the ASU baseball team, as there are a lot of preparations that are made prior to the regular season starting in February. However, there's one thing the team looks forward to. That is the annual Halloween scrimmage.
It's been a grind the last 2 months, just constant practice and hard work. So I think this will help us just kind of get closer, laugh a little bit.
The scrimmage allows players to get into the spirit of the spooky season and dress up in costumes while playing the game they love. The game was played after practice, and it served as a reminder that there are big games to come, but it's important to remember to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think we play the best when we have fun. So this is a day that we're going to get a little bit of work in and then kind of just relax and have a good time with each other. And ultimately, it's how close can we get as a team.
While the players are the ones on the field, the costumes aren't limited to just them. This year, the Sun Devils head coach Willie Bloomquist joined in on the Halloween spirit, dressing up as the famed Guns N' Roses guitarist, Slash.
So sometimes you just got to have fun and let the hair down and let it roll a little bit. So I think it's good for these guys to have a good time, and who knows, maybe it'll go viral again like it did last year.
Despite all the seriousness that comes with competing, it's the little things like this that remind us all that sports are meant to bring joy. The Sun Devils will play in a preseason game tomorrow night against USA Baseball at 6:30 p.m.
The GCU men's basketball team hosted an exhibition match versus Eastern New Mexico on Tuesday night. With the regular season officially tipping off next week, some of the newcomers got to experience the spooky energy inside Global Credit Union Arena. The GCU Havocs made sure to bring the Halloween spirit for the banner drop and ring ceremony in honor of the Lopes' back-to-back WAC Conference championships. This season will mark GCU's final season in the conference as they are set to join the West Coast Conference in 2025. The raucous crowd for this exhibition match made an impression for TCU transfer Jacoby Coles, who noted that having a crowd like this was something he didn't have at TCU.
TCU around this time of year, it might be, 1,000 people in the stands, you know what I'm saying? And then once Big 12 hits, it's kind of like this. But it's great to see the fans come out and just, in the exhibition games. So, that just lets us know that, we got to be ready for every game. People are watching. Our juices are going to be flowing. And that's just going to make us more excited. It's going to make us play harder.
Coming up next, a pair of twins have been dominating the gridiron in Phoenix.
That's right, Brady. The Vanden Bosch brothers look to continue their football family legacy. Twin brothers Case and Bastion are leaving a lasting impact on Brophy Prep's football team. The Vanden Bosch twins look to replicate the success of their father as they pursue their football goals.
Plus, Halloween is finally here, and so are the cooler temperatures. Find out how cold it's going to get tonight before you head out trick-or-treating when we return.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
Welcome back. The countdown has begun for the highly anticipated debut of the Valley Suns.
That's right, Brady. The Phoenix Suns G League affiliate recently released their 17-man training camp roster ahead of next Friday's road opener against the Santa Cruz Warriors. The Valley Suns are the newest addition to owner Matt Ishbia's Player 15 Group, a sports entertainment and real estate investment company that includes the Phoenix Suns, Mercury, the Footprint Center, and the new $100 million state-of-the-art Player 15 Group headquarters, bringing all three organizations under one roof. Players say life with the G League Valley Suns is better than some of their previous stops.
Man, I don't think a lot of people realize how lucky we are. I've been around this for quite some time now, and I've gotten kind of every spectrum. I've kind of gotten the best, being obviously here, and then kind of gotten the worst situation.
I've been on 2 NBA rosters, done 2 seasons, and it definitely competes with those. It's definitely better than one. I'm not going to name which one. And then G League wise, not even a comparison.
The Brophy College Prep Broncos football team is off to a terrific start, thanks in part due to some key contributions from twin brothers Case and Bastian Vandenbosch.
The Brophy Broncos have produced some elite athletes over the years who have ties to the NFL. This season, that group includes the Vandenbosch twins, who have been double trouble for opposing teams. Case, who plays quarterback, and Bastian, who plays linebacker, are both juniors, whose father, Kyle, played in NFL and has passed along his love for the game to his sons.
I think football teaches great life lessons. I think it just carries a bunch of lessons into every aspect of your life, so I think it builds character.
Football has always been involved in my life. I grew up watching it, playing it. It's just been something that connects me to my family, to my friends. It's really helped me grow as a person.
Kyle spent 3 of his 11 years in NFL with the Arizona Cardinals and is now the special teams coordinator at Brophy. The father hopes his years of experience playing the game at the highest level has rubbed off on his sons.
I guess all my years in the NFL teaches you a few lessons. One of them, and my boys have both dealt with this, it's dealing with adversity. I mean, you play this game long enough, you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows. It's important to just kind of remain consistent and do the same things every day.
Another message that has hit home for the twins is one of leadership.
I just learned to be just a strong leader and a good head of the family. I think he's a great man, and I think he's a great person to look up to, so I try to be like my dad.
With lessons like these coming from their father, the Vandenbosch brothers will continue to thrive as they continue their football careers at Brophy. In downtown Phoenix, Cameron Palmer, Cronkite News.
Brophy is looking to continue their winning ways on Friday night against Mountain Point.
Brophy Prep is ranked in the top 5 for 6A varsity football. The 1 and 2 seeds are the Basha Bears and the Liberty Lions. 8 of the top 10 6A teams in Arizona share a win-loss record of 7-1. Tomorrow across the valley, these teams will suit up and look to improve upon their already impressive seasons.
Luckily for the kids in pads, fall weather is finally here.
Marco Radici-Moras joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our Halloween night forecast.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Cronkite Weather Center and happy Halloween for everyone watching at home. This is your evening planner for tonight. It's going to be 73 degrees at 7 p.m. Looking at 10 p.m., it's going to get down to 64 degrees. Looking at the lows, we're going to see temperatures that we're much more used to seeing this time of year. It's going to be 54 degrees in Phoenix. Looking at the Colorado River City, it's going to be 56 in Lake Havasu, 52 in Bullhead City. And looking at the north part of the state where it's much chillier, it's going to be 27 degrees in Flagstaff and 25 in the Grand Canyon. Now looking at the highs, Phoenix is joint hottest of the state. In fact, that whole southwest region is the hottest as expected. 80 degrees in Lake Havasu, 79 in Bullhead City. And looking up north, it's going to be 57 degrees in Flagstaff and 60 in the Grand Canyon. And looking at the Halloween forecast for all you trick-or-treaters and party goers, we're going to see 70 degrees at 7 p.m. We're going to see a bit of a drop-off by 9 p.m. It's going to be 66 degrees, so a very pleasant evening for all you outgoers. Looking at the 8-day forecast, Friday is hottest at 82 degrees. Heading into the weekend, we're going to see a slight drop-off, 80 degrees on Saturday, 72 on Sunday. And looking into next week, we're going to see temperatures in the steady 70s with complete sunny spells and no cloud coverage. But as you can see, it's actually cooler this time of year as opposed to the average. But anyone going out tonight, enjoy the treats, stay warm, and watch out for the ghosts. Back to you guys at the desk.
Halloween, of course, means trick-or-treating for many, but for some people, Halloween candy can be downright scary for those with allergies. But so can Halloween costumes and Halloween makeup. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more now on how to make sure Halloween is both spooky and safe.
It's time for carved pumpkins, costumes, and of course, candy. But if your child has allergies, Halloween can be scary for other reasons.
It's very, very important to plan ahead.
Dr. Jessica Huey with National Jewish Health says to avoid a reaction in trick-or-treaters who have food allergies, parents should consider packing an allergy-friendly treat just in case the child can't eat the ones they receive. And read the labels, but beware, some smaller candy packaging may not have ingredients printed, and consider a non-candy alternative.
Many parents are calling it the switch witch or the good witch, who comes and leaves a gift in exchange for the child's candy. So it's this nice trade system that can happen after trick-or-treating.
Huey says some children can have an allergic reaction to their costume, whether it's latex in a mask, irritating fabrics, or something else they wear.
Makeup can be very irritating, and especially if it's on several surfaces of the body, you might want to just test it a little bit to see how you tolerate it before you go on to use it and apply it.
Finally, Huey says asthma sufferers should beware of triggers, especially in haunted houses and corn mazes.
We think about fog machines with those smoke irritants, even weeds and outdoor molds. All of those can be triggers. And so, if your child needs to pre-treat with their inhaler prior to going, that's a great time to do that.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, we're not done with Halloween just yet. Find out how much folks are spending on decorations and costumes this Halloween.
Plus, we'll have a look at the news headlines from across our state, including not one but two presidential candidates making campaign stops just days before the general election. That's next.
When I was younger, there were no engineers around me, so I had to become my own role model. At ASU, I wasn't just learning to be an engineer, I was actually engineering. And graduating, I already had real-world jobs lined up. Before ASU, my goal was to be a strong, confident woman. And when I left, I became a strong, confident engineer.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. I'm Ryan Posesnik. We are less than a week away from the election. With Arizona being a crucial battleground state, both candidates are spending Halloween trying to sway undecided voters right here in the Valley. Earlier today, Vice President Kamala Harris held a rally at the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater in Phoenix. She was joined by musical group Los Tigres del Norte. This marks her second stop to the swing state this month. After her quick visit here, she left for Las Vegas, where she was joined by Jennifer Lopez. Also in the West Valley, former President Donald Trump is speaking at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale. He is participating in a live show with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson and former rival RFK Jr. He visited New Mexico and Nevada earlier today. With the presidential race still neck and neck, it's no surprise that disagreements can sometimes happen when discussing politics. Cronkite News reporter Alyssa Firestone has more on the best way to agree to disagree.
What we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess.
Why hasn't she done it?
Bickering can be a way to converse. However, it can often do more harm than good, especially during election season.
And they've done nothing to secure the border.
We actually did agree. I see the families in our church communities,
And so there's just a lot of tension, a lot of division, a lot of anger.
Political disagreements may tend to quickly spiral into conflicts that can strain relationships, creating tension that lasts long after the votes are cast. The American Psychological Association report indicates that 7 out of 10 adults say the future of the nation is a significant source of stress in their lives, and the issue crosses party lines. 80% of Republicans rated it as a top stressor, so did 79% of Democrats and 73% of independents. The stress can contribute to disagreement. The mayors of Mesa and Tempe meet with residents at King of Glory Church in Tempe to discuss strategies for respectful disagreement, following Governor of Utah's Disagree Better initiative, focusing on building dialogue skills and fostering positive interactions. The mayors explain how political disagreements can also cause families and individuals to develop a deep hatred and exhaustion for politics. According to the Pew Research Center, 65% say they always or often feel exhausted by politics, while 55% feel angry. Tempe resident Franklin Zyrek says he knows of individuals who tend to experience these emotions, particularly the worst, during the holidays.
I had lots of friends who were going home and having difficult conversations and kind of not looking forward to those interactions, or then coming back after the Thanksgiving break more exhausted instead of kind of getting that renewed, refreshed and everything.
The mayors add that parents are often the key influencers in spreading these conflict from disagreements in families. Newman reflects on this note and explains how he overall feels the Disagree Better initiative can be used to help prevent the issue.
The adults, they are the role models. This becomes one way, a very small way, but one way that we can counter that narrative and messaging and image that our young people see.
In Tempe, Alyssa Firestone, Cronkite News.
Starting tomorrow, you can get your recreational marijuana delivered to you. That means you can get marijuana delivered just like a pizza, but the deliveries are heavily regulated by the state. The change was passed back in 2020 when voters approved Proposition 207. Medical patients were already eligible for marijuana delivery. The spookiest day of the year is upon us, and this year people are spending more than ever to get into the spooky spirit. Macy Markham visited the D.C. neighborhood where residents are showing off their holiday spirit.
D.C. residents will tell you Capitol Hill is the place to be on Halloween night, and I talked to a few homeowners who took their spooky decor to the next level.
If you live on East Capitol Street, you absolutely have to do Halloween. This is the Halloween street in D.C.
Each year, the residents of East Capitol Street come together to make sure their neighborhood is as festive as can be.
People actually work on it for weeks, and every day you go by and they've added something to it. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and absolutely, and the children love it.
Election season may be scary enough for some, but perhaps just as hair-raising. According to the National Retail Federation, consumers in the U.S. will spend an average of $100 on Halloween this year, only down $4 from last year's record high. So, here on Capitol Hill, people are getting creative.
And so the skeleton over here, which you saw, Grandma as I call her now. So we bought Grandma. My wife was about to throw out a dress and said, well, let's dress up Grandma. And then she found some sunglasses on the street. And I said, well, they're going to go on Grandma as well.
Skeletons and gravestones aren't the only thing chalking bank accounts. Consumers will spend $3.5 billion on candy this year and $3.8 billion on costumes. But no matter the price, East Capitol Hill residents are dedicated to keeping the neighborhood as spooky as they can.
There are thousands of kids who come down here every Halloween. And so you just absolutely have to participate in the event.
In Washington, Macy Markham, Cronkite News.
Thanks, Macy. Well, that's it for your top local and national headlines. I'm Ryan Posesnik, sending it back to Lauren and Brady.
I'm not sure about you, Lauren, but a haunted house is a must for me during Halloween.
Brady, are you kidding? Haunted houses and haunted hayrides are my favorite. Coming up, we'll tell you about a homeowner who turned his backyard into a haunted house and how long it took him to set it up.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world, whether you're on campus or at home. Becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
It just wouldn't be Halloween without a few jump scares, and one Massachusetts home is full of them.
It took the homeowner actually a month to set everything up. Homeowner Stanley Helinski dreamt of having a haunted house in his backyard. With the help of his daughter, he was able to turn his dream into a reality. He used tarp, plastic, and rope to hold the structure in place, and on the inside, props like ghosts, ghouls, and skeletons create a haven for scare seekers.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Brady Hanson.
And I'm Lauren Avenatti. Thank you for joining us. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.